Hello, how are you guys? I hope you are doing well. And as you know, we will continue to teach you courses online. So, in the biology 102, the practical part, we have been studying the toad, and we have taken several systems. And the last system was the circulatory system. So we will continue. Studying this system. Okay. So in the last section or session, we have taken the venous system, which delivers the blood from different parts of the body back to the heart. And today we will study the arterial system, which works against the venous system, so it delivers or carries the blood from heart to different parts of the body. So, as we have taken before, this is the heart in the dorsal view, and this is the heart in the ventral view. And we have studied all of these labels, so we will not repeat them today, and we will only study the new labels. So let's get started with the dorsal view. Okay, so this part, let me color it. Let me draw something for you. Imagine that this is a tree, okay? And what do you call this part of the tree? Trunk, right? Or stem. So this part, because it looks like a trunk, we call it truncus. And because it has arteries from it, we call it arteriosus. So as all, we call it truncus arteriosus. Okay. So these branches are called arches because they have this shape of arch or arc. Okay, so we call them arches. And we have 3 arches in the right side, and we have also another 3 in the left side. Okay, let's start with the first one, this one. It carries the blood from heart to the lung. So if I want to say something is relating to lung, I say pulmonary, okay? It also carries the blood to the skin. And if I want to say something related to skin, I say cutaneous. So as all, I call it pulmocutaneous arch. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this one with the green color carries the blood to the systems in the lower part of the body, like the digestive system and the urinary system. So I call it systemic because it carries the blood to the other systems in the let's say the posterior part of the body. Okay, the last one, let's color it too with yellow. Okay, this one carries the blood to the brain, and we call it carotid arch. Okay, let's study these branches in more details. So we have the truncus arteriosus, the pulmocutaneous arch, the systemic arch, and the carotid arch. And as you can see, the systemic arch makes heart shaped around the heart, like heart around heart. Okay, so let's begin with the pulmocutaneous. So it branches into 2 branches. This one was red goes to the lung, so we call it right pulmonary artery, and it carries blood to the lung, and it carries deoxygenated blood. Okay, this is the exception that we have in all arteries. All arteries carries oxygenated blood except this one. Okay, the second branch, let me color it. This one carries blood to skin, so we call it cutaneous. Okay, cutaneous artery. Okay, let's move on to the carotid arch. Also it branches into 2 branches, but before it branches, it has something that's called, let me color it for you, that's called carotid labyrinth. It's just it means like a maze. Okay, and it also branches into 2 branches. The first one is called, as the name of the arch, carotid artery. And can you guess where this artery ends? Yeah, okay, right, it ends in the brain because it supplies brain with blood. Okay, so the other branch, let me color it for you, is in this area. can you guess what we have in this area in the body of the toad? Yeah, it's right. It's the tongue. So we have the tongue here in this area. So this artery supplies the tongue with blood. So we call it lingual artery. So as you know, lingual means relating to tongue. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to our big green monster. Okay. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I need like sound effects in this e-learning stuff. Okay. So the first branch of the systemic arch, this one in the left side, also in the right side. Let me color it for you. So this one is called receptovertebral artery. So vertebral is from vertebral column, so you can say it supplies the vertebral column with blood. And occepto means like the back of the head, so it also supplies the skull with blood, with oxygenated blood. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This branch, let me color it for you. This one is called subclavian vein. So we have taken subclavian artery before. Sorry, this is subclavian artery. We have taken subclavian vein before. So sub means below or under, and clavian, it means relating to clavicle bone. So it runs under this bone. So can you guess the part of the body that this artery supplies with blood? Yeah, it's the forelimbs, right? Okay, so this is the last branch of the systemic arch. Let me color it with yellow. So can you guess what we have here in this area? What organs that we have here in this area? Can you guess the organ? I can hear you. Come on, you can do it. Okay, yeah, right. Esophagus. So because this artery carries blood to esophagus, we call it esophageal artery. Okay, so let's continue with these two systemic arches. So as you can see, the two systemic arches unite in this point to form this long blood vessel, which is called dorsal aorta. Okay, the main artery of the body, and the dorsal aorta also branches to several branches. Let's start with this one. Let me color it for you. This one is called ciliaco-mesenteric artery. So ciliaco means relating to abdomen, and mesenteric means relating to intestine. Okay, this artery also branches into two branches. This one, let me color it with yellow, is called celiac. Okay, so celiac means also relating to abdomen. So can you guess which organs that this artery supplies with blood? Yeah, liver, and yeah, I'm pretending that I'm listening to you. And okay, yeah, and stomach, right? Okay, and the other one is called mesenteric. Okay, which is relating to intestine, and it supplies, can you guess the name of the organs? Right, duodenum and rectum and other organs in this area. Okay, let's move on to these branches. Okay, from the dorsal aorta. These branches with the yellow color is called urinogenital arteries. Okay, so urino means relating to the urinary system, and genital means related to the genital system. Okay, so the urinogenital arteries also branch to several branches. The first one, this one with red color, which is all of these branches go to kidney. So if I want to say something relating to kidney, I say in Latin renal. Okay, like adrenal gland, for example. So I will call these arteries renal arteries. Okay, the other branch, these branches, let me color it with green. These branches supplies the testis or ovary. Okay, so with oxygenated blood, so we call them genital arteries, okay, because they supply the ovaries and testes. And finally, we have a branch from the genital arteries. These branches, let me color it with blue. We call them fat body arteries because they supply the fat body with oxygenated blood. Okay, so at the end, the dorsal aorta branches into two arteries, and we call them iliac arteries. So iliac means of thighs. So can you guess the part of the body that these arteries supply with blood? Yes, the hind limb. Okay, so that's it. I've done. So I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to approach me. And I hope to see you next time. And before you go, remember, stay home and stay safe. Okay, be smart. Don't go outside. Okay, goodbye.